Here we are in the QBO gym, which is the place where we have numerous hands-on exercises that simulate real-life scenarios that you may encounter as a bookkeeper. Each month covers a variety of new topics and scenarios, and to make it easier for you, we break it down into 4 different sections. So if you are a bookkeeper and looking to work on your bookkeeping skills, this is the place for you. And if you want to do an entire month's worth of these exercises all on your own, be sure to join our free 5-day bookkeeping challenge. All you need to do is click on the link in the description. But let's get into today's exercise, which is being pulled from our June Year 1 Strength Training section, where we really focus on perpetual inventory. At the top here is an animated video to give you an understanding of what you, the bookkeeper, will be doing for your client Craig this month. Below that is an interactive pre-assessment quiz that relates to the video up above. Below that are all of the exercises in this section. And at the bottom here, after you have completed all of those exercises, you will unlock some sample marketing posts that you can use on your LinkedIn to share with everyone what you have learned so far. So let's dive into today's exercise where we are going to practice reductions in inventory, or known as shrinkage. Go ahead and click on that link to have the exercise pulled up for you. I have it here on the right side of my screen, so let's read through our scenario. At the end of the month, Craig mentions that he's missing some of his keychains. Craig also wants to donate some items to a local Little League team as some cheap advertising. The team plans to raffle them off, so Craig has attached business cards and coupons to each. You will need to be in the same session of the sample company that you did the previous exercises in. If you have not completed those yet, go ahead and click on the link on the top right corner of your screen. That'll take you to the first exercise, complete that one and all the ones after that until you get back to this one. They all build on each other, so it's really important you start with that first one. So let's go ahead and get started with the exercise. Craig mentions that he's missing some keychains. He thinks some kids might have pocketed a few at the last market he went to. To make sure everything is accurate in his books, you ask him to count everything so you can make an adjustment. This is good timing since it's good practice to do a physical inventory count at least once a year to catch mistakes. Think of inventory adjustments as reconciliations for your inventory account, much like banks' reconciliations for checking accounts. QBO has made some reports available to help your clients check their inventory value. You will start with those and then enter what Craig sends back to you to make sure everything is all squared up. So we're first going to go to the reporting center. I have the sample company over here on the left side of my screen. This is the last page that I left off of from the previous exercise. So to get to the report center, it's about halfway down on the left navigation bar. Go ahead and click on reports. Now we could scroll through here trying to find the specific report we are looking for, but let's use the search bar right here. We're going to look for the one that says Physical Inventory Worksheet. So if you click into that box and start typing in physical, it should be the only one that pops up for you. Go ahead and select it when you find it. If you get a pop-up like this, just go ahead and click out of it. QBO is currently working through changing over the view of their reports from what they call classic view to their modern view. And so some of the reports have made that change. Some are still in just that classic view. So that's what that pop-up was for. Now, note in a real life scenario, you would print or email this to your client. They would then perform a physical count of what they have on hand and return the report to you with the completed physical count fields for you to enter. So you would be able to send this over to them, do an export or print, and then send it to your client to just make markings of how much they actually have on hand. Now we'll say that Craig has completed the worksheet for you and sent it back. So don't know if you can see from the screenshot, but he's got some notes here on the physical count itself. And so we'll use that for the rest of the exercise. Now you can enter data for his inventory adjustment. Note that while you're focusing here on Craig's retail inventory, this process is a good practice for his landscaping items too. For now, you'll only update the retail items that you've been working with in this exercise. So to make that adjustment, we're going to click on the plus new button and then select inventory quantity adjustment. The plus new button on the top left corner of the screen, click on that. And then in the other column, select inventory quantity adjustment. Now we're going to leave the adjustment date as is. It's just going to default to today. Of course, you would want to actually put the real date in a real life scenario that the adjustment is actually being made. But we'll leave it for now as is for this exercise. In the inventory adjustment account field, we're going to leave the default of inventory shrinkage as is. That's right here. Note that this account tracks the value of the inventory that is unaccounted for. Because it is a broad general account in a real life scenario, you may want to create a specific account for the retail product adjustments only. But we'll just leave it as is for right now. So on the first line in the product service field, just the product field, we're going to select compressed grass clipping keychain. So click into that category or that field right there. Go ahead and start typing in compressed so that it is the only one that will show up for you. Go ahead and select it. It is showing now the quantity on hand, the new quantity. We are going to change this to 285. So delete what is currently there, type 285. And now let's go ahead and add the lawnmower plushie on the second line. So click into that product field, go ahead and start typing in lawnmower to have the lawnmower plushie show up for you. Click on it once you find it. In the new quantity field, we're going to type 12. Note that even though the quantity has not changed, QBO will record the as of date of this product. So you can leave it as 12, you can type 12 again. It's not changing, it's just recording that we've gone through the quantity, we've looked to make sure, and it is still showing that the 12 that are showing currently on hand are still the same amount. Now you'll notice that the new quantity and change in quantity are tied together, these and this. Making an entry in one will cause the other to be calculated. You'll see a specific use for change in quantity in a moment. So you can see that it started with 288. The new one that he counted was 285, so it's showing the change in quantity as -3. So we are all good with this adjustment. Let's go ahead and click on the green Save and Close button. And that has been saved for us. All right, let's move on to the donations. Craig wants to give away some of his inventory as a marketing opportunity. You can use the same inventory quantity adjustment workflow to record this. Now, as an important note, here in this example, Craig is giving away the inventory as a marketing opportunity. If he were donating the inventory to a charitable organization and planned to claim it as on his taxes as like a tax write-off, it would be a much different process. That process is outside of the scope of this exercise, but for additional information on the correct workflow, please take a look at our QBO Advanced course. You can click on the link here, or there will be an exercise in the description, or you can complete this particular exercise itself. But let's continue on with this one. We're going to once again click on that plus new button and then select inventory quantity adjustment. Plus new button on the top left corner, click on that, and then in the other column, inventory quantity adjustments. We're going to leave the adjustment date as is. Once again, it's going to default to today. You would change it in a real life scenario to when the date of the actual adjustment was made. In the inventory adjustment account field, we want to select advertising, and that is because this will reduce the value of Craig's inventory on hand and at the same time increase his recorded advertising expense. So let's click that down arrow in here and then select advertising, which is the next one on that list. In the product field, we're going to select lawnmower plushie. So click into it, go ahead and type lawnmower plushie. And then in the change in the quantity field, we're going to type a -3. So click into that field, type -3. And you'll note that the new quantity field, it has done some math for you, reducing the 12 Craig had on hand to 9. And the way you can see that is if you hit the tab key over, you can see that QBO makes that adjustment in the new quantity. Now, in the memo field, we're going to type just a description of what this is for. This is an internal note. We're going to type donation to Little League Raffle. So click into that memo box, go ahead and type donation to Little League Raffle. Oops, raffle. There we go. And everything is good here. All we need to do now is just click on the green Save and Close button. So go ahead and do that. And that one has been saved, and that is how you would adjust inventory. Now, if you like this exercise and you'd like to do more like it, be sure to join our free 5-day bookkeeping challenge. All you need to do is click on the link in the description. If you'd like to move on, be sure to leave this session of the sample company open, as you will need it for the last exercise in the strength training section, where we handle different types of transactions like paying bills and making a deposit. And I will see you in the next video.